Hello, my name is Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 22 of my 1 Billion Iron Ingot challenge in Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I'm going to be setting up some advanced iron processing, so let's get started. So I'm going to be using the mod Mekanism today to set up some iron ore processing so that I can get up to 5 iron ingots per iron ore. Currently, I am using the system I've set up here, and I'm actually only getting 2 iron ingots per iron ore. So I can do a lot better than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this removed. I'm actually going to pick up this advanced black hole unit as well. And as you can see, it is holding quite a bit of iron ore that is unprocessed because this is just kind of a slow system. And I have an area set up to where I'm actually going to be building. And let me open up the map so that I can show you. That area is actually out east of my main base, and it's going to be in this very large building right here. So let's go there now. So one thing I should mention is that these two bases are connected via underground tunnel, and I have energy running from this base to the other base via the underground tunnel, as well as my ME system. So I will have access to that over there. And also, in preparation for this episode, I did set up a wireless terminal over there, so I will have full access to my ME system. So let's go ahead and go over there right now. So I'm guessing that my screen is just about coming back for you guys, but here is the area. It is pretty flat. And here's my building. It is a very large building because in the future I will need to expand the capacity of this building to basically handle a lot of iron ore. And the process to do this, or what is it, quintupling? Or, yeah, whatever. Getting each iron ore to 5 iron ingots, it's a very complicated process, so I have a lot of space here. So if I dig down right here, I do have a tunnel under the ground here, and here is my ME system. I have a wireless access point, so I can access my ME system, and I also have energy down here. So let's fly back up, let's replace this block, and let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is look up iron ore, because obviously I'm going to be processing it, and then we're going to right click on this, and I think the first, actually we're going to kind of have to work in reverse here. So if I go to the chemical dissolution chamber, this is what we're going to be using first. We're going to need sulfuric acid and iron ore, and that will equal dirty iron slurry. So let's actually, let's work backwards here. So to get sulfuric acid, you need water vapor and sulfur trioxide, and to get sulfur trioxide, you need sulfur dioxide and oxygen, and then to get sulfur dioxide, you need sulfur dust, and to get sulfur dust, you need sulfur from a pulverizer, or that's how I'm going to do it anyways. And then to get sulfur from a pulverizer, you pulverize sulfur ore. So actually, I realized that there's one more machine that I need to go ahead and make, and I'm going to go ahead and run back to my main base and have my system craft that up, and then I will be right back to actually start building this out. Okay, so I'm back. Hopefully I have everything crafted that I will need, although I highly doubt it because there's probably something that I forgot along the way. But let's just get started with what we have now. So the first step I'm actually going to put over here in this square right here, and I actually kind of have my factory divided into 8 separate areas up top, and then I also have a very large basement, so let's go check that out right now. Right now my plan is to have most of the stuff on the top side. However, I will have some of the secondary manufacturing down below. So let's get started with that in mind. So first off, I am going to set down a modular storage unit right here. And this is going to be to collect the sulfur ore, or where I can basically eject the sulfur ore from my ME system. So let's go ahead and dig this out, and let's get an export bus right here. And I actually didn't grab sulfur ore, but that's not super a problem. So actually I need to throw this into my modular storage unit and lock it up. That way it is usable here. So I need to grab sulfur ore, which I should be able to do pretty easily here. Okay, so I thought I had more than that. Apparently I don't. Actually, one thing that I can do between episodes is I can set up a void miner to actually mine some of this. Because right now I have 4 void miners and they are all mining metallic metal ores. So basically things like iron ore and copper ore and aluminum ore and things like that. So I will have to get some sulfur ore going. But I think I'm just going to wait until between episodes to do that. So I'm going to set that up to export sulfur ore. Right now I don't have a whole lot of it, but I do have some of it. Let's go ahead and grab some facades. Actually, let's not. I have enough to be going on with today that I'm not going to worry about that. So let's run this kind of across the room. I do need to connect this up to the ME system outside. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's punch a hole in this wall. I will probably maybe need to use this or access this a few times. So let's connect this up like so. We'll just drop this down and then run it across. And that will export sulfur ore once I have some, which right now I don't really. But it shouldn't really be a problem. I do have a little bit, and I also have some sulfur in my ME system to kind of jumpstart this my processing as well. So I think what I'm going to do next is let's go ahead and set up some pulverizers. And I do need to kind of dig along here to set up some conduit under here, underneath the machines. So let's go ahead and get that going as well. So I'm going to be using the ultimate universal cable for Mekanism as my energy conduit here. And let's leave this, that way I can drop down. And then we can run this across the room like so. And now my cat's meowing for no reason. Very cool. So let's go ahead and just run this directly over and we can connect it up like that. So that's fantastic. And let's just punch another hole in the floor, that way I can get back up here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set down some pulverizers. And I actually am only going to configure one of them right now because I really don't have any sulfur ore. So yeah. So let's configure this to be insert on the top and then output to the back. And let's set this up to be auto output. Actually, I probably don't even need to do that because I'm going to be using the ultimate logistical transporter here. So let's throw the sulfur ore in here and then let's set this up. And so basically this will take sulfur ore from the modular storage unit there and distribute it through these pulverizers. And I actually need to use my configurator here to do that. And as you can see, the pulverizer is going. In the future, I will also upgrade these pulverizers to be faster with some components and then augments. But for right now, I'm not going to do that. I don't really need to. I just want to basically prove that this is all going to work. I don't need it to make a lot of stuff. So what we're going to do is out the back here, we are going to have this more ultimate logistical transporter. And then, how do I want to do this? I actually want to keep all of my sulfur stuff in this first square. So let's go ahead and set up more pulverizers. And I'm actually going to set them up here. And let's do it right here. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. And then throw down some more universal cables here for the energy. And then I'll throw more pulverizers on top here. And right now, once again, I'm just going to configure one of these. I do need to figure out how I want to run this cable over here. So do I want to run it up and kind of... I think I'm going to go up and then kind of down. So I need to get my configurator out because I need this right here to not be connected. And then I'm just going to run this kind of up the wall. And then over. And then I think we'll run this right through here. And actually, it would have been smarter to run it up through the middle, but that's okay. It should work over here. So what we're going to do here is I need this to be insert on the back side, and then I'm going to output to the top. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do things. I'm going to hit this on, although I don't really think I need to. Once again, I do need to disconnect this right here. And then let's go ahead and continue running more of this right here. So I might need to grab more of it out of my ME system, but I do have plenty here. So I need, yeah, let's just grab some more of it. And you know what, let's just grab even more of it because I'm going to be using a lot of this stuff, to be honest. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this as well, even though I'm not really connecting it up to much of anything except for that first pulverizer there. Yeah, I'll be doing a lot of work off camera between episodes, but I just want to prove that the system is going to work. So let's go ahead and set up this configurator to pull items out of here. Did this get anything? It did not. So I do need to go back here and tell this to output, and that should output the sulfur into this pulverizer right here, and it should pulverize that. So after we get the sulfur, and I'm probably gonna have to look this up quite a bit. So if we have iron ore here, let's go back to the mechanism, the chemical dissolution chamber. To get sulfuric acid, we need to do a lot of things here. The sulfur trioxide, and I think I hit one thing too far. Yeah, I did. I hit oxygen. So the oxygen is actually going to be pretty easy to make. Sulfur trioxide, sulfur dioxide. So I need a chemical oxidizer for the sulfur, and we can start that going right over here. Let's actually start it right here, and then, yeah, we'll kind of continue to kind of zigzag across the floor here. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's not going to be the prettiest thing, but it should work. So let's go ahead and... So I need chemical oxidizers. I should have those already crafted, so let's grab those from my ME system here. And these don't stack, unfortunately, so that's going to be kind of a pain here. So yeah, I can figure that might happen. So let's grab the ultimate universal cable, and let's dig out this. And then once again, I'm going to be setting up a bunch of chemical oxidizers here, but first I want to lay down some universal cable to get it some power. So we should be able to do something like this. There we go. So we can put the chemical oxidizers right here. And I should have a few more here in my system, and I do. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and tell these chemical oxidizers to accept things from the top, which would be the red color here, and output to the back, I think, would be the best here. We do want... I'm going to turn auto ejection on, but I don't think that really matters. So once again, let's go ahead and take our logistical transporter and run it this way. So there we go. We should get some sulfur dioxide pretty soon. And with these mechanism machines, I am also going to speed them up between episodes, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So we do have some sulfur dioxide, so let's see what we need here. We need to turn that into sulfur trioxide, and for that we need oxygen as well as the sulfur dioxide. So let's go ahead and set up the next machines here, and I didn't even catch what machine I need. Chemical infuser. So I should have those made up as well. So if we take a look at the infusers, okay, we have 30 of them, and we need to grab 15 of them for right now. I kind of figured I'd be one short, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and knock another hole in the floor. I'll be doing that pretty commonly here, so let's go ahead and set up some more energy conduit. Pretty much the same pattern as I've used before. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. And then we'll drop down and connect it up over here. Okay, so these chemical infusers will go down like so. And I'm going to need to grab one more from my ME system here. I hear a mob outside and I don't super like it. Okay, so we have sulfur dioxide. We need to send that over here. So we can do that with... Actually, I probably don't have it with me, but I do have it made up. Is this a liquid or a gas? I'm not actually sure. So let's grab ultimate mechanical pipe as well as ultimate pressurized pipe, because I am not sure. Okay, so actually for the gases configuration, because it is different, Once again, I'm going to tell it to output on the back and automatically. It looks like this is a liquid or a gas. Excuse me, I have the liquid conduit down there. So I need the ultimate pressurized pipe. I think that'll connect up. Okay, we got sulfur dioxide in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of the same thing as we did before. We're going to run this up, and then we're going to run it over. And then down. Okay, so this torch is actually kind of in the way. So what I'm going to do for right now is just run it down right here. It's not really that big of a deal. And then I need this. I need the gases configuration to be input on the back. And that should have sulfur dioxide now. So that's cool. And I will have to configure the rest of these machines, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so I am going to get a gas out the top. So what I need to do right now is I need to hook this up and then use my configurator to disconnect this right here. And I need to do that before I have, or when I have no gas in any of the pressurized tube here. That way I don't accidentally mix gases or anything. So now what I need to do is I'm going to need to go under these right here and set up a system to get oxygen. So let's do that. And you know what? I also am probably going to need to run this right here. Because I will need to have the oxygen coming in from a different tube than the sulfur dioxide. So let's go ahead and set that up as well, that tube up. So I grabbed more of it than I really needed for right now, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and make sure that the front side here is input for the gases. It is, so that's cool. And then over here, let's just go ahead and punch a hole in the floor and let's see what we need to make oxygen. So oxygen is, if I remember right, pretty easy to make. And I don't think it needs to be liquid oxygen. So what we're going to do is not that. I need the electrolytic separator. And actually, I need to make a tank. I think I have tanks automated, actually. Okay, cool. I do have a basic chemical tank, and that's all I'm going to need. I basically need... Actually, I'm not even sure I need that. I think I can just dump hydrogen from the machine itself. Now that I think about it. So, to make oxygen here... Sorry about that. Sorry about the tangent. I need an electrolytic separator with water. And then we get hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen is just going to be a waste product, I believe. So I'm just going to dump that, and then the oxygen is what we need. So let's get some electrolytic separators. Let's also get rid of some of the stone here. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. And the electrolytic separators, let's go ahead and place them basically straight below my oxygen pipes. So right here. And then I need 15 of these. And I'm not sure how many I got. But basically I just run them until this concrete right here. That's kind of my landmark. So that would be 4 more. Duh, I only have enough. Cool. So what we're going to do is run this right here. And that's excellent. So I want the ultimate pressurized tubes on top. So this is where my oxygen is going to go. So actually, I need to go back here. So the oxygen is going to be coming out of this tank right here, I believe. So I need to have the light blue tank be eject on the top here. And I do want that to be automatically output. So I'm just going to configure this one for today. The input will be a fluid. So yeah, it's set to be input fluids on all sides for right now, or by default, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and make the gases, make sure the gases is set to eject on. It is, so that's cool. So right here is going to be my water tube. So I need ultimate mechanical pipe for that, because water is obviously liquid. And we're going to need to pump that in from outside, but let's go ahead and set up the energy cable, which will be back here. And then we can just kind of drop this straight down. Cool. Now we have this. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to configure this to be dump excess for the hydrogen. I don't have any use for it right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then I am going to actually go ahead and get rid of this block right here and take my ultimate pressurized tube and run it up into this tube right here. So that's where the oxygen is going to go. It's going to go up here. And actually, this is the machine that actually has the sulfur dioxide. So I need to configure this one. So oxygen is a fluid, or not a fluid, it is a gas. Sorry about that. So I need input on the front side, and I think that should connect up. So where do I need the output from? Duh, it's going to be from the top, right? That's how I have that. Yes. So the output's going to be to the top. This is the one that actually needs to be configured. And sorry, I'm confusing myself. So output, we're going to have that automatically eject as well. So this one should be all set up. I just need to get it water. So we're going to have to go outside for that. I am going to grab some pumps. So let's grab my 3 pumps. I'm also going to need to get them energy as well. So let's see here. I think what I'm going to do with my ultimate mechanical pipe. You know what? I'm just going to set up my pumps down here. I might as well, because this is where I need the water. So let's go ahead and set up a water pool, a quick water pool right here. And unfortunately, I do have, because I have access to my ME system, I have more buckets of water with me. So that'll make this really easy. Okay, so those are all infinite water source blocks now, so that is cool. What I'm going to do is actually set up the first pump here. Oh shoot, I need it over the middle. I don't know what I'm doing here. And yes, I do want the energy side. So whichever way you're facing, that the energy face will be over here. It is the green right here. So that is exactly how I want that. Let's set that there and this here. So basically, they need to be hovering over water source blocks, and they will pump water. Now, they do have energy in them because they took energy from my flux capacitor, and so they did pump a little bit of water. So that's cool. I do need to connect them up to the energy, though. So let's do that before I forget. And now I need to connect up the ultimate mechanical pipe here to actually get the water to where it needs to go, which is over there. So that's cool. I hear that machine running, or I hear some of the machines running. All of the machines are running. Sorry about that. So we're getting hydrogen, we're getting oxygen. Is this ejecting? Oh, duh, I don't have it hooked up. That's why it's not ejecting. This one is, though, as you can see. And is this making what it needs to make? So I might need to configure this a little bit differently here. So let me see. The front might need to be configured differently. Okay, so is there a difference in the tank colors here? Let me... Okay, so yes, there is. I need one of them to be input 2. And that would be the front side, I believe. So let me see here. That is correct. So we're getting some sulfur trioxide. This appears to be kind of a slow process, maybe? Yes, very slow. Okay, so thankfully these stupid things are shut off. Okay, so this is... Oh, is it? Oh, okay, so my sulfur trioxide is getting sent to right here, so that's cool. That's what I want to see. So let's continue here. Sulfur trioxide. So I think I need to make sulfuric acid next, to be honest. So I need sulfur trioxide and water vapor. So that's actually really nice because I can turn the water vapor from my pumps down there into, or the water from the water pumps down there into water vapor pretty easily. So what machine do I need right now? Sorry. I've just never done this before, and this is just kind of a complicated process. So to get sulfuric acid, we need sulfuric acid in the liquid form here. We need a chemical infuser, so let's grab those. Why do I have 2 pulverizers? Oh, okay. I know why. Never mind. So let's get rid of those pulverizers. I don't need those right now. Let's actually trade this in for a bucket of water. I always like to have a bucket of water with me. And now I forgot what I need. I knew I'd do that. Okay, sulfuric acid. I need chemical infuser. Okay, cool. So let's grab these. And I'm going to set them up, yeah, right here. So let's do that right now. And once again, I do need to plow through my floor here to set up my energy conduit. And I can already tell that this is going to be a super long episode. So I'm sorry about that, but I don't know that there's anything that I can really do about that. I definitely want to get this all done in one episode because it's basically one system here. So it's one very large system. So let's go ahead and run this energy conduit. And then we'll do kind of the same thing that I've done before. Run this down and then over. Oh, I fell in the water. So let's get these chemical infusers going. And I need 3 more, I think. One more, there we go. Okay, so we need this sulfur trioxide. So let's take this and let's run it up. I don't really want to run it across at head level here. So let's run this up. And then over. And then let's run it into the top here. I will need to reconfigure these machines. Cool. So let's configure this to be gas input on the top, input 1, and then input 2 can be on the back actually. So let's go ahead and run this cable back here, more of this, and this is where we're going to have the water vapor come in. So let's punch a hole in the floor right here. Let's punch a hole in the floor right here. And then let's get our, actually I'm not sure what, I think it's the rotary condensator to be honest. Okay, so sulfuric acid, I need water vapor, so I need a rotary condensator here. Condensator. And I actually think I was pronouncing that wrong. So let's get these going. I think I'm going to set them up kind of the same way as... Okay, so I'm just going to have this come up the backside here. So where is my ultimate pressurized tube? Okay, so I can just kind of snake my energy cable around. Yeah, and we can put the rotary decondensators here. And I should have 3 more. That makes sense. So let's add those. Let's get the energy conduit going here. And we can run that right here. I could... Actually, I think I want to run the water on top. So that should work. So let's get the water, the mechanical pipe here. We are going to do that and give them water from the top. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect up the rest of this. Do I have the... I need to grab some more ultimate pressurized pipe. And I grabbed too much of it. You know what? I should have probably just kept it because I will definitely be using more of that. More of it in the system. So let's go ahead and set up this first one here. So I actually need to change the operation. Right now it's in rotary condensator mode. It needs to be in decondensator mode. So as you can see, it's making water vapor now. I need that water vapor to be ejected out the back side. So let's go ahead and tell it to eject out the back and auto eject on. So we do have steam going up, and it should be coming up into this machine right here. And we should be getting sulfuric acid, which we are, slowly. So that is cool. That sulfuric acid will need to be output through the front of the machine. So let's go ahead and set that up. It is actually already set up, so that's cool. And now we can set up the ultimate pressurized tube here. So yeah, we have sulfuric acid in here. That is cool. Fantastic. So we're moving along here. There's still a decent amount to do, to be honest. So the sulfuric acid. Oh, did I hit F11? Sorry about that. The sulfuric acid, we have that. So let's go ahead and we need the chemical dissolution chamber. And now we are going to be ejecting the iron ore into the chemical dissolution chamber along with the sulfuric acid. So let's grab some chemical dissolution chambers. Oh, shoot. I don't want to be grabbing. Okay, there's a lot of things named chemical here. Okay, so let's set these up. What's the best way to do this? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Let's set them up right here, and hopefully I don't regret that too much. So I should need a few more here. There we go. And because my sulfuric acid is coming out the front here, let's just... Once again, I don't want to run this. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do it anyways. This isn't a main walking route, whereas this actually is. So I'm just going to run this straight across. So I need the ultimate pressurized tube here. And I need to set this up to be, it's actually already set up to be inserted in the front, so that's cool. And then in the back, I think I'm going to have the items set up to be inserted. So let's go ahead and grab some modular or some sort of storage. I'm going to be using modular storage. I really like these for storage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this right here. I'm going to put my tier 1 storage upgrade in there. Going to lock that, and then let's grab an export bus as well, because I need to be exporting my iron ore into this. And actually, I'm not going to use this at all. Sorry. I have an advanced black hole unit here with a bunch of iron ore already in it. So that's what we're going to drop right here. And I'm going to export into the bottom of this. So I need to tear this little block of concrete out. And I need to tell this to export iron ore. And in the time that I've been filming this episode, I've created 29,000 iron ore. So that's, yeah, I'm going to be processing a lot of stuff here. So I do want to set up some acceleration cards in here to speed that up. And now I need to hook that up to my ME system. So that should be relatively easy. I just need to run this across the back of the room here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's in the way. We'll just go around. This is going to look pretty glorious when I'm done with this rat's nest down here. So let's grab some more of the covered cable here. I might need to make more of it, but that's okay. That should be crafted relatively quickly. Okay, do I have more? I do have enough now. I should anyways. Cool. Now that should be connected up. Let's go ahead and go back up to the top side here. And let's go ahead and set up the ultimate logistical transporter. So I'm not sure if this is actually going to be the best way of doing things. I may have to change this in the future. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have this be pulled out of the advanced black hole units here. And I actually need to set these up to be insert from the back here. So this is items. We need input in the back. So now we got this going. And it needs to connect it up to energy, and I forgot about that. So let's go ahead and do that as well. So we are getting some dirty iron slurry. So that's cool. That's what you want to see. So right now, let's just connect this up to energy here real quick. There's honestly still a lot to go. So I hate to do this, but I think I am going to break this up into 2 different episodes here. Because I'm already over 30 minutes in and I'm still not really that close to being done. So I think what I'm going to do right now is just go ahead and wrap this up. So actually, I don't want that to be there. I want that to be there. I want it to look halfway decent from the top side here. There are going to be conduits everywhere, but I mean, that's just kind of the nature of the beast. So let's go ahead and connect this up energy wise like that. And I'm going to go ahead and call this a good episode for right now. What I might do in between episodes is set up a void miner to mine more sulfur ore, because I'm going to need a lot of that for this system here. I can also configure these machines to be correct. As you've seen, I've only configured one machine of each type and each row of machines to be correctly configured. So I need to replicate that across 14 more machines in each of the different stages here. Now, I did get all the way up to the dirty iron slurry, so let's just take a look at how much more I have to go, because it is quite a bit. Although I think the rest of the processes are a little bit simpler. So what we're going to do next is we're going to have a chemical washer, and then we're going to have a chemical crystallizer, and then a chemical injection chamber with hydrogen chloride. And actually, that hydrogen that I'm creating earlier on in my system, I may need that for this right here. And then we're going to have the purification chamber with more oxygen, and then we're going to have a crusher, and then we're going to have an enrichment chamber, and then finally we're going to furnace that up into iron ingots. So there's still quite a bit left to do, and it's really not feasible for me to do it all in a watchable time frame here. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So in today's episode, I set up kind of the first half of my iron ore into 5 iron ingots processing center here. It is already rather big, and it should be able to handle a decent amount of iron ore, although I will probably need to expand even further beyond having 15 machines per operation, especially in certain categories, because certain other machines are going to be slower than other machines, yada yada yada. But anyways, I think this is a pretty good start. So if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. And if you enjoy watching automation type stuff in modern Minecraft, such as this behemoth structure right here that I'm going to be completing hopefully next episode, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.